Welcome to the latest video, and in this video short, well, what we're excited to announce is the publication of the Six Sigma Black Belt Handbook. 400 pages of golden advice on how to become a world-class black belt and earn double your normal engineer salary, because that's what being a world-class problem solver is all about. This is a how-to book. It's not a statistics book. So you are going to become a brilliant engineer. If you buy this book, you are going to become a brilliant black belt. Go to lulu.com and look for the Six Sigma Black Belt Handbook by Paul Allen right now. Welcome to the latest video, and in this lean lesson what we're going to talk about now is the lean lesson that brings all of these tools together, and it's the value stream map. So we're going to take a look. You can see the value stream map here. Some people would call that a big picture map, which it is. To make it a value stream map, we would normally add some kind of time measurement to it. But this is the standard work. This is the standard way of measuring the waste in your company. And what are you measuring? The value stream map is measuring flow time. Very crucial that that's what it does. It's measuring flow time, and of course what it's really doing is it identifies delays, because that's what lean is all about. It's all about removing those delays. So this is a standard way of finding the lean waste, very specifically the lean waste inside your company. So this isn't about people, this is about products. So some important features about a value stream map. Number one, it follows one product. It follows one order for one customer. So the map that you can see here, what we're looking at is we start in the top right hand corner. The customer, a specific customer, is in that top right hand corner. They ask for a particular item. So it's a single item they are asking for, a single order. And then we track all the events across the top. We are tracking the information. So obviously, first of all, there's a sales order entry, and we start deciding if we've got enough raw material, or we've got enough finished goods in the company. So all the information flows through offices at that point. If we're going to buy raw material, the top left-hand box here, this is of course a specific supplier. Then the supplier supplies material. That's when it turns into that big black line. The material arrives at the bottom of the map. And the bottom of the map is then the manufacturing practices in order that the order eventually returns to the customer. So this is a picture of what happens to one order through this series of events. So it's one product, one order, one customer. But what it does is it represents all customers. So it represents all customers for that system. So if you were a company that made, let's say you're a company that makes felt tip pens, but you're also a company that makes crayons, wax crayons. So, okay, one map would be the processes that make this felt tip pen. They would be different machines. These would be molding machines. They would be assembly machines. That series of events, one order, one customer, that would represent all the customers that try to order felt tip pens from you. So although we're saying we're concentrating on one, that doesn't mean that that's all the data we've collected. What we're saying is, if typically a customer came to your company, asked to order this product, what typically would they see? What performance would they see? So it's a standard way of measuring flow time in your business. Now, obviously for the wax crayon, that would have a separate diagram, okay? So that's the basic diagram. And then what we've got is standard symbols on the diagram. So let's just take a look at that. So this is all based on standards. It's all about measuring time, and it's all about identifying delays. Let's take a look at some of the symbols. Okay, so just following the map through, I think, is the easiest way. If we start in the top right hand corner, the Q there, that Q symbol is a quality check. Obviously, a quality check delays the movement of goods through your company. So it's a delay point. It might be necessary at this point because you have poor quality. That's not the point. It's an opportunity to improve. Moving across the top of the diagram, we have those hexagon shapes. The hexagon shapes, look, they show the amount of time that a particular order will stay inside that office. So 3 to 5 days in order processing, 3 to 7 days in production planning. So that's the amount of time that the order will actually sit, possibly waiting for activity, possibly being worked on, possibly waiting to be transacted to the next department. But that 3 to 5 days is total residence time. What else have we got? We've got red arrows. Red arrows are information flows, emails that you send to people, telephone calls that are made, any kind of communication that takes place. Then we've got the black arrow there, the black arrow that appears on the left-hand side. Dark black arrows are the movement of raw material, physical product. Below the black arrow, we've got the green triangle. That is the amount of inventory. Now, obviously, inventory creates a queue. When raw material comes in and joins the back of that queue, it will wait until the queue has been processed before it comes to the front of the queue. So the triangle there is a potential delay because inventory is a delay point. So we've got quite a few inventory points through our manufacturing system at the bottom there. Then we've got these opposing arrows. Opposing arrows are rework. So often anywhere where you've got a quality point, you often get rework. And you can see, look, rework, one person takes half a day reworking on the shop floor. There's rework in other parts of this system as well. And it's not on this diagram, but I know other people, when they do a value stream map, they put a timeline on this diagram. So they will draw something like this. They will draw value time, then they'll draw delay time, then more value time, then more delay time. Now I tend to draw this diagram and I provide that numerically as an offline Excel file, and that creates my value stream map. But this is a standard way for you to see every minute of an order passing through the belly of your company. And of course, what's that's measuring is flow time. In other words, total flow time. And that's the standard way to measure waste. Now, of course, if you don't have a standard way of measuring waste in the company, so we're talking about standard work, what will happen? People will go looking for defects. They might go looking for waste as in offcuts. So you might have raw material that when you've made an item, there's waste material around the edge of a pressing, for example. They might try and attack waste that way. They might look at waste as people waste. Operators not working fast enough, operators not working efficiently enough. And everybody's got their own opinion of what waste is. In lean, waste is very particular, and most importantly, waste is measured in minutes. How many minutes did you physically add value to this? So obviously when you mold this piece, it might take 30 seconds to mold the piece. But then the item sits for 2 weeks in stock. 30 seconds is the value, 2 weeks is waste. And it's measured in time. And that's the standard way, standard work to measure standard waste. And then of course, all the other tools that we've talked about already, leveling the load, putting in min-max systems, doing 5S, setting up regular routine delivery of raw materials, setting up regular routine delivery of finished goods, setting up regularly routine delivery of raw materials coming into the factory. All of that kind of standard work all kicks in to make the flow time compress. Then you measure it again, then you compress it again, then you measure it again, and you compress it again. Value stream mapping, measuring flow time, measuring waste in a standard way. It is standard work to do continuous improvement.